Did you know one of Rome's greatest emperors was a Stoic philosopher? In fact, he is considered by many to be the most famous Stoic of all time, and his Meditations is one of the most important texts in the history of Stoicism. In this video, we're going to look at who he was and how he led Rome, as well as some leadership lessons from this great Stoic philosopher. Marcus Aurelius was born into the Nerva Antonine dynasty, a series of adopted emperors following the death of Domitian. His adoptive father Antoninus had been adopted by Trajan, and upon his death, Marcus Aurelius inherited both the throne and the title of Anton. He reigned from 161 to 180 AD, alongside his brother Victor. Although Marcus Aurelius did not choose to become emperor, he seems to have embraced his responsibility to serve the people. At the start of his reign, he granted his people a remission of taxes, freed many slaves, and issued an edict restoring property rights. Despite being born into privilege, Marcus Aurelius was known for his frugality and simplicity. He often preferred to live among the common people and saw himself as their servant. Instead of living in opulent palaces, he spent most of his time at the Palace of the Caesars, which had been built by Hadrian, and avoided having it expanded or improved. He also donated his share of the booty taken during military campaigns to the treasury. The empire that Marcus Aurelius inherited from his adoptive father was vast, stretching from Britain in the north to Egypt in the south and from Spain in the west to Mesopotamia in the east. During his reign, he faced numerous threats, including the Jewish revolt under the leadership of Shimon Bar, the war with the Sasanian Empire in the east, and multiple Germanic invasions along the northern borders. He led personally in the Jewish revolt, campaigning against the forces of Bar. It was said that after hearing about the siege of Betha, a Jewish fortress that resisted the Romans for 3 years, he visited the site personally and marveled at the courage of its defenders. As a result, instead of razing the city to the ground, he ordered that it be rebuilt and reset. Despite this, the Jewish revolt would go on for another 5 years before it was finally put down. Marcus Aurelius also campaigned against the Germanic tribes on the Rhine and Danube frontiers, attempting to halt their incursions into Roman territory. In the east, he faced the Sasanian king Ardashir III, who had invaded Roman territory and deposed the client king of Armenia. Marcus Aurelius took it upon himself to restore the king and defeat the Persians. But despite initial success, the campaign ended without a decisive victory due to logistical issues and political considerations. To better manage these vast territories, Marcus Aurelius implemented administrative reforms, emphasizing efficiency and honesty in government. He is also credited with co-authoring a 5-book work on Roman law, although only one book has survived to the present day. Throughout his life, Marcus Aurelius maintained a commitment to philosophy, even as his responsibilities as emperor grew. He followed the teachings of the Stoics, which emphasized virtue, wisdom, and living in harmony with nature. In his personal life, he was married to Faustina the Younger, and they had 13 children together, although only 2 daughters lived to adulthood. Throughout his life, Marcus Aurelius kept a journal of his thoughts and reflections, which became known as Meditations. This work is considered one of the most important sources for understanding Stoic philosophy and has inspired countless people throughout history. So what can we learn about leadership from this great emperor? Let's explore 3 lessons of Stoic leadership. Lesson No. 1. Lead by example. One of the most important qualities of any leader is the ability to inspire and motivate those around them. And Marcus Aurelius was no exception. As the leader of Rome, he understood the importance of setting an example for his people, and he did so by living a life of service and sacrifice. He didn't just tell his people to be frugal and simple. He showed them by living in a modest house and donating his share of the spoils of war. He didn't just preach the importance of duty and discipline. He embodied it by working tirelessly to defend the empire and improve the lives of his citizens. By leading by example, Marcus Aurelius was able to inspire loyalty and respect from his people. He showed them that he was not just a powerful ruler, but also a humble servant who was committed to the common good. This lesson is especially relevant in today's world, where many leaders are seen as out of touch and disconnected from the people they are supposed to be serving. If you want to be an effective leader, remember to lead by example and show your team members, customers, and citizens that you are committed to the same goals they are. Lesson 2. Control your emotions. In the unpredictable and often chaotic world of leadership, it can be easy to become overwhelmed and make decisions based on fear, anger, or other negative emotions. However, Marcus Aurelius taught that it is precisely in moments of crisis that a leader must remain calm and in control. When faced with a Jewish revolt, Marcus Aurelius could have easily succumbed to anger and sought revenge, but instead, he displayed restraint and wisdom by granting his people a remission of taxes and freeing many slaves. When dealing with the Germanic tribes, he could have resorted to brute force and attempted to crush them once and for all, but instead, he sought to understand their grievances and find common ground. By controlling his emotions and responding with wisdom, Marcus Aurelius was able to navigate these difficult situations and emerge as a stronger leader. This lesson is essential for anyone who wants to be successful in leadership. No matter how challenging the situation may seem, it is important to remain calm and in control of your emotions. Take a moment to pause, reflect, and consider the best course of action before making any decisions. By doing so, you will not only be able to solve the immediate problem, but also build trust and respect among those you lead. Lesson 3. Embrace change. Change is an inevitable part of life and leadership, but it can often be met with resistance and fear. Marcus Aurelius understood that change is necessary for growth and progress, and he embraced it whenever possible. When he took over as emperor, he implemented administrative reforms to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the government. He also recognized the need to adapt to the changing times and incorporated new ideas and technologies into his rule. For example, he was one of the first Roman emperors to use mail and cavalry effectively in battle. By embracing change, Marcus Aurelius was able to keep Rome strong and prosperous during a time of great upheaval and uncertainty. This lesson is particularly important in today's rapidly changing world where businesses, teams, and individuals must adapt quickly to stay ahead of the competition. Be willing to embrace change and be open to new ideas and ways of doing things. Be willing to experiment and take risks, and don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. By doing so, you will be better equipped to lead your team through the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Remember, as the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus, it is not things that upset us, but our judgments about those things. The same is true of change. It is not the change itself that we should fear, but rather our own resistance to it. If you found these lessons valuable, please give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on Stoicism and leadership. I have many more videos on Stoicism and the art of leadership. And if you want more specifically on Stoic leadership, let me know in the comments below. I am happy to announce that I will be releasing a series called Stoic for Leaders, which will include 10 episodes on Stoic leadership. So if you'd like to see that, hit subscribe now so that you don't miss out. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.